We are Claire and Lydia, and today we will be talking to you about a topic nobody really ever addressed, an action our community and many others didn't think of, but one that could have so many positive outcomes. Think about the last time someone misunderstood you. Maybe they laughed when you were being serious. Maybe they ignored you when you needed help. How did that feel? Now imagine something different. Imagine if that person had been taught empathy the same way they were taught multiplication tables.
What if empathy was taught like math? We spend years in school learning formulas, grammar rules, and how to solve for x. But have you ever stopped and wondered, what about the basics of being human? What about understanding one another? Research shows this idea isn't just wishful thinking. It works. In schools that introduced empathy lessons, student behavior improved by up to 10%. In schools in 6 countries, teachers rated classroom behavior a 6.52 out of 10 before empathy lessons. In just a few weeks, that number rose to 7.89. And it didn't stop there. In 80% of these schools, these improvements lasted beyond 10 weeks.
That's not just a small change, that's a shift in culture. In a study of 900 students from different countries conducted by the University of Cambridge, students who were taught empathy showed noticeable growth in emotional intelligence, cultural awareness, and emotional maturity in just 10 weeks. Their empathy levels rose from a 5.5 to 7. That might not sound dramatic, but in a classroom, that difference can mean fewer arguments, more cooperation, and students feel safer the second they walk through the door. Now think about this. 1 out of 5 people experience bullying in schools. Look around you. That's 1 in every 5 people sitting there. But it doesn't have to stay that way. We have control over our actions, over our words, over how we treat each other. And if empathy was built into our learning, just like math, just like reading, we could change that statistic.
You might be wondering, is it really worth it? Changing school systems just to teach what some people might call basic skills? Yes, it absolutely is. Because those basic skills determine whether someone feels invisible or valued. Teaching empathy doesn't require a complete redesign of education. It can start small. More group projects that encourage listening, more reflection assignments about understanding different perspectives. And finally, discussions about real-world experiences and kindness. When students feel welcomed and respected, they participate more, they ask questions, they engage, and that affects academics too. With the evaluation of the empathy program, with the help of the University of Cambridge, researchers found that students' grades improved alongside their empathy. Why? Because students submerged in an empathy-filled environment perform better. Comfort creates confidence. Confidence fuels curiosity. Curiosity drives achievement. When adults model empathy, children learn it, pass it on to their friends, and eventually carry those same compassionate behaviors into adulthood and, for some, parenthood. Imagining communities based on understanding instead of assumption.
Some people argue that empathy should be taught at home. And yes, families play an important role. But not every student goes home to an environment where empathy is modeled. Some don't have guardians who can teach those skills, and some may even learn harmful behaviors instead. Some students, including those with learning differences, may struggle to naturally pick up on social cues. What seems like common sense to one person may not be so obvious to another. We can't expect children to know what they've never been taught. We don't hand a student an algebra test before teaching them algebra. So why do we expect them to navigate complex emotions and relationships without guidance? Teaching empathy shouldn't be optional. It should be foundational. Because when we teach empathy, we're not just preventing bullying. We're building stronger classrooms, stronger friendships, stronger communities. So teachers, how can empathy be woven into your daily lessons? Consider modeling and teaching active listening, or making activities that include role-playing to help your students understand what others might feel. Parents, how can kindness and active listening be modeled at home? Ask about your child's day and actually listen. Discuss their emotions and celebrate their successes. And students, this part is for you. You've heard be kind 1,000 times, but what if you actually practiced it, intentionally, daily, the same way you practice math problems? We spend years teaching children how to solve for x. But what if we also taught them why someone is hurting inside?
What if empathy was practiced every day? Like reading, like writing, like math. Maybe then, classrooms wouldn't just be places where we can grow academically. Maybe they could be places where we can grow as people. Mr. Owen always reminds us to be smart and be kind. We're great at being smart in this school, but we could benefit from improving the be kind portion. It's not only time to take action on these words, but also try to weave them into our education system. Even if this action starts small and gradually increases, until we hopefully, one day, have a whole 55-minute class period where we can learn and grow together. Teaching empathy just like math.
Thank you for listening.